Every year I give a class on Radharani, and there's that verse. Sarva Lakshmi, all the Lakshmis proceed from Radharani. She, just as Krishna is the origin, Radharani is the origin. You go to South India and I say this, they're not going to agree. They have a different understanding, yes? Yes, but it's still Vishnu Tattva, it's still God. Yes, but now we're going a little deeper. What's Bheeshma? And it's not that Prabhupada is just injecting this. Adya Narayana, the first Narayana, the first Supreme Lord, he's pointing at Krishna. You can accept Bheeshma or not, that's up to you. I accept Bheeshma. Brahma said the same thing. Brahma, we quoted the verse. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karna Karnam. You agree with that statement? Yes. No. Because they all proceed. Another verse in the Brahma Samhita. Another verse in the Brahma Samhita. You have so many candles. The first candle that lights all the others, that's Govinda. So yes, the point is, here, in Prabhupada's word for word, first he says, the Supreme Lord. Okay? So in that context, Narayan means the Supreme Lord. So who is the first Supreme Lord? It's the Krishna who's there on the battle of Kurukshetra. What's that? Govinda. Thank you. But he is moving, please repeat. But he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vishnu, just like one of us. And he is bewildering us with his self-created energy. Because you know from reading Mahabharata and reading Krishna book, Krishna was a puzzle. Duryodhana admitted, I can't accept that Krishna is God because he does all this seemingly contradictory things. Dhritarashtra asks Sanjaya, how come you accept Krishna as God? I can't do that. And Sanjaya explained to him the reason why is because you don't have good association. You're not taking proper humility and learning from the sages. Vyasadeva tried to instruct Dhritarashtra. So Sanjaya was telling there's a reason why you haven't accepted Krishna like I have. Lord Brahma was confused. He thought he could play a trick on Krishna. Indra, what did Indra say? All these residents of Vrindavan have become influenced by an over-talkative child. Indra should have known better, but he was bewildered. So you see, incident Putana, the first demon, Putana thought, oh, I will kill this child. She thought it's just a 1-month-old baby, not even 1 month. Everybody was bewildered by Krishna. They couldn't figure it out. Because look, he looked like an ordinary. In other words, from external vision, he looked just like everybody else. But those who had transcendental vision, those who were advanced, they understood that Krishna was God. And we heard in the previous class, Kunti, her first prayer was, I accept you not as my nephew, I accept you as God. Yes. He is bewildering us with his self-created energy called Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is the energy which partially reveals Krishna or partially does not reveal Krishna. Okay? So, that was the whole thing about the Krishna Leela. It was not cut and dry, because why did Krishna, the night of Krishna's appearance, why did he appear first as four-handed Narayan? To convince Vasudeva and Devaki, hey, if I had appeared just as an ordinary child, you would not have been convinced. But I am appearing first as Narayan to convince you that I have come, God has come. And this was how many times did Krishna appear as the Son? 3 times. And he said, and this is the final, because after this, you're going back home, back to Godhead. So yes, that, and why did Devaki and Vasudeva tell him, please hide yourself? So Krishna transformed the four-handed Narayan, transformed himself to look like an ordinary child. And again, Brahma thought this is only a 5-year-old cowherd boy. Indra was bewildered because they're expecting something like Narayan, right? But because Krishna is appearing like a human being, they became bewildered. Yes? Bheeshma Dev knows Krishna is God. Kunti knows. Yes. Balaram, yes. But even in the case of Balaram, it took him almost 1 year to figure out that Krishna was expanded as all the cowherd boys and calves. Why was that? Because Krishna was keeping that hidden from Balaram. Another proof that Krishna is the origin. Yes? Yes, or Hari, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Even during the Krishna Leela, when all the demons came, they would pray to Hari, please save our child. They were deep in Yoga Maya. They were deep in Yoga Maya. Krishna didn't want them to see him as God, especially Yashoda. He wants Yashoda to treat him like his mother. If Yashoda thinks that Krishna is God, then she's going to do artik and bow down and worship him. Right? If Yashoda thinks that Krishna is Narayan, she's not going to tie him up with ropes. Krishna wants to be tied up by the ropes. He's enjoying all this. So he covers them by his Yoga Maya, so they treat him. Yes? Vasudeva and David, from the very beginning, Krishna is showing them, I'm God. From the very beginning, they knew. Yes, by that influence of Yoga Maya, what happens is sometimes they see him as God, and then Yoga Maya takes over and they start to relate to him as their child. But the very first thing, he appeared at four-armed Narayan, so they know from the start. Yes? Radharani? Doesn't matter. She just loves Krishna. Was Radha, of course she knows, but she doesn't know. She doesn't want to. She wants to enjoy it anyway. When you go back to Godhead, you can ask her. Okay, let's do another verse. Okay. Number 19. Asyanu bhavanang bhagavan Veda yugattamang shiva Devashir Narada Sakshad Bhagavan Kapilo Nripa Asya, of him, Anubhavam, glories, Bhagavan, the most powerful, Veda, knows, Guyattamam, very confidentially, Shiva, Lord Shiva, Deva Rishi, the great sage among the demigods, Narada, Sakshat, directly, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Kapila, Lord Kapila, Nripa, O King. Please repeat, O King Yudhishthir, Lord Shiva, Narada, the great sage among the demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, all know very confidentially about Krishna's glories through direct contact. Let's continue. Yang manyase matuleyang priyang mitrang surittamam akaro sachivang dutang sauridat atasaratim. Yam, the person, manyase, you think, matuleyam, maternal cousin, priyam, very dear, mitram, friend, surittamam, ardent well-wisher, akaro, executed, sachivam, counsel, dutam, messenger, sauridat, by goodwill, ata, thereupon, saratim, charioteer. Please repeat, O King Yudhishthir, that personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, is that very personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So again, Yudhishthir knows and sometimes he doesn't know because of the pastimes and because of the way Krishna relates to him and because of so many incidents. Yudhishthir knows, but sometimes Yogamaya takes over and he doesn't know. So the same way with Radharani. She knows, but then Yogamaya, she doesn't know because she wants to relate to Krishna in that loving relation, is lover. So that's what Yogamaya does. Partially you know, and that sometimes you don't know. Let's continue. Sarvatmana samadrisho Hi advayasyanaham krite tatkritang mati vaishyamang nirvadyasya nakvachit sarva atmana, of one who is present in everyone's heart. Who can that only be? Yes, Lord Krishna. Samadrisha, of one who is equally kind to one and all. So we studied that last Saturday. We studied that verse, Samaham Sarvabhuteshu. He certainly, Advayasya, of the absolute, Anaham Krite, free from all material identity of false ego. So false ego means I think in terms of my body. Krishna has no material body. Krishna is his body, which is spiritual. Therefore, Krishna has no false ego. He is pure ego himself. Tat kritam, everything done by him. Mati, consciousness. Vaishamyam, differentiation. Niravadyasya, freed from all attachment. Na, never. Kvachit, at any stage. So here's another powerful statement by Bheeshma. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, Krishna is present in everyone's heart. Krishna is equally kind to everyone. And Krishna is free from the false ego of differentiation. Therefore, whatever Krishna does is free from material inebriety. Krishna is equibalanced. So this we studied last Saturday. It's the same idea of that Bhagavad Gita verse. So since we studied it last Saturday, then there's no need to go further. Let's try to finish up. Tatapye kanta bhakteshu Pashya bhupanukampitam Yanme sungs jyadatak sakshat Krishna darshanam agata Tatapi, still